Oh, it's cold in the Abyss.
Is it? It's cold here too.
Which brings me to my first point of the 2024 Porsche Taycan GTS.
Your first point?
Yeah, my first point is this. When it's cold outside, you're going to be inside nice and warm. You wouldn't know this, but we do. It is currently on.
It is. And let's talk about how fast it is when it is on.
All right, so we got 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Unofficial turned 5 testing is
Going to be faster.
going to be faster than that. So the top speed is not super high. We're in the 150 range.
Well, it's an electric car, so it tops out at 155. And that's because electric cars just don't have that capability because they are a torquey vehicle and they run out of it.
Speaking of running out of things, you get 590 old pony power.
Oh, nice. You get 626 pound-feet of torque as well.
I mean, that's amazing. And you can charge this from 5 to 80% at max charging capacity in 22 and a half minutes.
See, that's where I thought you were going with when you said, speaking of running out of things, hey, we're out of battery. That makes sense. Not, well, we have horsepower.
Speaking of out of battery, let's get this thing out of its battery. Would you like to win our Miata? Well, today I'm going to tell you just how to do that. If we make it to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube by May of 2024, which is our 5-year YouTube anniversary, it's going to be given to one of you lucky subscribers.
Wait!
So make sure to subscribe. I'm not a huge fan of electric vehicles, but I can get behind Porsche's Taycan.
Why is that?
Like, that seems fast, right?
Yep.
But Porsche does something absolutely brilliant. And they put this little dial selector, and you can go from normal to sport to, you guessed it, listen.
Jetson noises.
Jetson noises, Sport Plus. Now, when we come to this next stop sign, I want you to hear the difference, because there is a gigantic difference.
Well, are they going to hear it or like get that aura feeling that we're like kind of...
All right, probably more the aura thing, but you do hear the Jetsons. And speaking of Jetsons,
That's more. That's a lot more power.
0 to 60 is definitely faster. And fact check me if you want, but I'm 99.99% sure this bad boy has a 2-speed gearbox, which you just heard it downshift.
So they must have done a 2-speed PDK gearbox somehow, because it does the downshifts like the PDK does, to where like you can hear it do the pop.
And it does that just in Sport Plus.
Yeah.
I like Taycans. I am not a gigantic proponent of electric vehicles, but I will say if I was to buy an electric vehicle, it would be a Porsche Taycan.
I'm going to say this one's amazingly spec'd. So here's your plug to Porsche St. Paul that we forgot to do in the intro.
We'll do it on the outro
and right now.
In the middle.
Okay, so this one has, he loves matte carbon. It has matte carbon on the steering wheel, on the door, right down here, on this door. It is beautiful.
Can you look at all the, I mean, it is, I don't know how many inches of screen that is.
It's more than inches. It's feet of screen.
And it doesn't come through on camera, but we got the heads-up display.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, which is amazing. The panoramic sunroof is sweet. Going around this corner, in Sport Plus, it darts like a bunny rabbit that's running in front of your car.
That's a gruesome analogy. Wow!
Except for this one has the wherewithal to get out of the way, you know?
It got more gruesome. It got more.
Honestly, the steering feel is amazingly tight. The car is hugged to the road, and as you guys know, with the GTS models of every Porsche, you're getting that lowered center of gravity, which helps going around the corner. This feels extremely well planted. It is fun to drive.
The suspension, it's stiff to where you don't get body roll. but it's not stiff to where you feel the bumps.
No, and we are in the stiffest suspension.
And it feels great. You don't feel the bumps, but you feel like no body roll. And it stays planted pretty well.
Okay, so here it is. I'm just trying to lower it a little bit more because we need it lower.
Here's what?
Here's why everybody watching needs this car. Because if you have a car like this, you can pick up your kids quicker from their activities. You can get home at night, so you can spend all the time with them. And I think Jeremy Clarkson famously said this, but you're kind of turning your kids from being glue sniffers into productive members of society.
Yep, that was Jeremy Clarkson.
So you genuinely, if you don't own this Taycan, do you care about your kids?
Wow. Aggressive.
Enough of me being aggressive. I think it's time for you to see how this GTS is.
Okay.
The back,
it's not great.
It's not
great, Bob.
There. Okay, so like where I'm sitting, you're sitting back further, which you could move up.
Yep.
I'm sitting where I was sitting in the front, and I have enough room. I'm just under 6 feet. You're just over. I think you'd have enough room.
I want you to look at. So I didn't think to change the settings on this seat. It is here. So if you're 6 feet tall and you sit in the front, and then you're 6 feet tall and you sit in the back, it's not gonna be enough room. Just gonna say that.
Okay, so other than the slight lack of room in the rear, there is enough headroom. I like the view out of the panoramic sunroof.
Yep, 100%. That's great.
But I think that you would definitely have to sit in the back seats to see if it works for you or not.
Yeah, if it's for your kids, it's gonna work great because kids are small until they become adults. So even as teenagers, they're still small. So it's fine.
Here comes the scientific lessons with Tyler, with the way that humans progress through life.
They are small until they're an adult, and you can drive whatever you want. Get a 911.
One other thing that doesn't have a ton of room is the rear trunk. But they try to make up for it with this little extra cabin. Instead of a Tyler test, I don't want to recoin the phrase, but since I'm in front of the camera and he's behind the camera, we might as well give it a shot. So, as far as Chris's go, hang on.
Oh boy.
I do fit.
You fit.
So,
you get one Chris.
A very uncomfortable Chris. Just a nice leisurely drive today.
Oh, we're hi. Oh, yes!
There is nothing like that feeling. Which is
it's a feeling of falling. I've heard many other people talk about how these electric cars are so fast that you feel like you're falling.
Yep.
And that's the case. I felt like I was falling.
Well, aside from the two negatives that we found, the rear passenger space, again, as with your scientific lesson and the way that humans grow up, great for kids, maybe for adolescents, not super wonderful for adults. And the trunk, with the way that it is designed, doesn't lend itself to a gigantic amount of storage.
No, and it feels, the overall size of this car, it must have been a while since we drove a Taycan, because it's the same size, but it just feels smaller.
It does. Like, it feels smaller than a Panamera.
Yep.
But I'm sure that the sizes
are it's really fun.
Roughly the same.
Once you get your foot all the way down, it gets really, really fun.
So the range on the Tacan GTS is just under 250 miles.
Yeah, it's 246.
The way that we are driving it, I think the range would be about 150.
You're being too generous.
I mean,
I'm thinking 125 tops.
We've dropped it by 10% already. And we haven't been driving all that long.
No, we haven't.
What are your thoughts as we go? I know we're going a little bit slow, but around these windy bits, what do you feel about the suspension?
So, driving this car, I love this car. I wish it had an engine, but beyond that, the car itself feels like the best version of a Porsche sedan.
Yeah.
It looks the best. The interior is the most exciting of all of them. The exterior, it's got the biggest humps. I don't remember a Panamera having that big of humps.
Yep. So here's what he's talking about right out of there, which does look very nice.
Yeah.
And interior-wise, I do really enjoy the options that this specific one comes with.
You mean matte carbon?
Matte carbon, and you got the leather dash.
Yep.
It's like, I think this one has the full leather.
This is also
interior.
really cool. I don't know if we noticed this in any others or if others do. It has the line for the steering wheel at the 12 o'clock position, but it's just black.
I'm going to put you on the spot. What color would you make that if you could make it any color?
Black, actually. It looks really cool. It's really clean, but it still provides that same benefit.
Fair enough.
A line right there.
I think even with the way that we drive cars in the sportiest and stiffest suspension, this has a decent amount of forgiveness on the road.
Also, I will say this car is not a car that makes you want to drive fast, but it's a car that is insanely capable to drive fast.
Yep. I understand the differentiation from what you're saying.
Why are you bracing yourself right now? It's like
I
I came to a stop
I
sign or
just know
something.
what you're going to do.
I'm going to trick you. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to do it.
All right, that's fine.
I won't do it at all.
Good. I appreciate that. Hang on, people! That is genuine torque.
Yeah.
Like instantaneous,
It is so fast.
amazing torque. I mean, you can get this from like a 2RS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously.
A Turbo S feels about the same too.
Yes, yep.
And I'm saying a 911.
Yeah, but it is shocking.
Yeah.
It is shocking. So this is above the 4S and below the turbo. I know that a Taycan doesn't have turbos, but it is their naming scheme
Yep.
for the electric cars. It's been a long time since I've driven a 4S.
But that was fast too.
It was fast too. I like what the GTS has to offer. Maybe not in a difference of speed,
But it feels more connected. You feel even more connected to this than you do in a regular Taycan.
yes, and the exterior
Looks
styling
so much
cues.
better.
Yes, the GTS is the car that you want to buy for the exterior styling.
We should show them the last little bit of the outside while we wrap this video up.
I suppose so. You kind of left me in the dust over there.
Yeah, even the Taycan's so fast that I had to pull my, the strings from my sweatshirt back from over my shoulders.
I had so much fun revisiting the Tacan platform, especially this GTS trim level. And I have to say, I still really adore it. If you need an electric vehicle, this is definitely one to check out.
If you are looking for a luxury electric vehicle, that's what you do. If you're looking for the base model electric vehicles, yeah, this is going to be a little bit out of the price
Get
range.
a Hyundai or a Chevy Bolt
Yep.
or something like that.
But the main competitor of Tesla, this every single day. Also, I was sitting there, and after we stopped recording my little segment, I realized those seats feel amazing. I think they're special for the GTS. You guys are welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're extra bolstered because it's a GTS.
Well, we just have to say thank you so much to Porsche St. Paul. They have you covered for all of your Porsche needs, whether it is internal combustion or electric. Whatever it is that you need, they either have it or can get it for you. So please contact Chris or anybody there, and they will get you what you are looking for.
Yep.
And give you like a really, really positive experience in purchasing and owning a Porsche.
I feel like you're playing into this because I just bought a car. Like, you're saying it's such a great experience. Is it the reminder because I just purchased a car?
Well, yeah, because as you know in the last video, it happened. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Head to Porsche St. Paul, pick up this Tacan GTS or any of their other cars in their inventory. Awkward high five. Make sure you guys click like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for everything that you've helped us with up to this point, and we are so excited for the future.
This thing's awesome. Buy this one. It's for sale there. Buy it. Look at, it's black wheels, black trim, black down here trim. It says GTS there. Buy this one.